Good morning, and welcome to our live stream for Open Heart Spiritual Center for this Sunday, May the 24th, 2020. We are so glad that you joined us for today's live stream. Our celebration, it's a great way to start the day, to begin the week, and we're so glad that you are doing that with us. We will continue until further notice to live stream. I know that there are places around the country that are churches and spiritual centers and other places, some that are choosing to open. But as I've said before, we are relying upon scientists and the medical community for the advice as to what it is that we will do. And in the meantime, we will continue to provide you with this opportunity for experiencing open heart through our live stream. Thank you again for joining us. Welcome to all of you. And we will begin with an evocation by Gabriel Dixon.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning, Open Heart. Good morning, family. We always say that you visit once, you're a visitor. Visit us twice, you're family. So welcome, family. I'd like for us all to just kind of take a moment to take a breath in and let it go. And as we breathe that breath in, we know that we are breathing in the breath, the one life, the one love, the one isness that is within each and every single one of us that we are connected to. I welcome you to today. I know that we are here and present wherever we are, in our living rooms and our bedrooms, with our significant other, or just being present in the moment. Allow ourselves to just take another breath in and breathe out. And I just bless this day. I call this day so very good. I bless everyone that has a part in today. I bless the beautiful music that is played and the incredible, empowering message that is said today. That we are open and receptive to receive our blessing, as we say, to receive and know that it is our good. I accept and know that we are opening our heart space and expanding in each and every single breath, becoming the greater I am, greater than the I am that I am right here and right now, and knowing that it is all good. Knowing and blessing this service is so empowering, impactful, and it creates the vibration, continued vibration of changing our thinking, changing our life. And let's just breathe in one more time. And let this beautiful day unfold and service begin. And so it is.
Our theme for this month is infinite certitude, and our affirmation: I place unlimited confidence in the source of my being. Daily, I rely on the divine presence within me. It goes before me, guiding every step I take. It speaks through my lips and sees through my eyes. God assures and reassures me every moment. I live life knowing I am divinely maintained and sustained. Matthew Lee has a very creative and wonderful musical visual selection that we will now enjoy.
Good morning, y'all. I am feeling so full of gratitude this morning. I wanted to share with you some more Louise Hay. There's something about her affirmations that just gets right to my soul, and I wanted to share with you, especially after listening to Gabriel's evocation and to Matthew's music that was beautiful, along with his artwork. And this is from Louise Hay, 100 Positive Affirmations. This is number 40. I am very thankful for all the love in my life. I find it everywhere. And just because my voice went away and decided to come back, I'm going to do that one again. And maybe I'll read them all twice. I am very thankful for all the love in my life. I find it everywhere. I know that old negative patterns no longer limit me. I let them go with ease. Let them go. In the infinity of life where I am, all is perfect, whole, and complete. I trust my intuition. I am willing to listen to that still, small voice within. It's always speaking. Sometimes it's hard to hear, though. I am willing to ask for help when I need it. I'm going to repeat that one. I am willing to ask for help when I need it. I forgive myself for not being perfect. I'm going to read that one again too. I forgive myself for not being perfect. I honor who I am. I am all that. I am that I am. And a bag of chips. I attract only healthy relationships. I am always treated well. I attract only healthy relationships. I am treated well. I do not have to prove myself to anyone. I do not have to prove myself to anyone. And finally, I come from the loving space of my heart, and I know that love opens all doors. That one bears repeating as well. I come from the loving space of my heart, and I know that love opens all doors. And so it is.
Thank you, Emma. We want to remind you of our announcements for today. We want to acknowledge that our Judy card, we are praying for her in the transition of her cousin, Larry Johnston. This is Memorial Day weekend, and we want to remember those who have sacrificed on this Memorial Day, on this weekend. Happy birthday to all of our May babies. We are proud of you and hope you have a great birthday. Remember our Open Heart Thursday Connections. We will meet this Thursday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can go to our website and connect. Our daily prayer call every morning at 8 a.m. We have been consistent. Our Love Grid meditation on Tuesdays at 12:30 p.m. led by Britannia Allen. You can connect via our Facebook page. And I'm grateful to Focus Magazine that featured me as a person that it called Pure Memphis, along with many other wonderful people in this community. And they honored me for my work and also recognizing me as an ally of the LGBTQ community here in Memphis and beyond. And you can go to their website at focusmidsouth.com and read the article and see the other people that are honored as well as the full magazine. And now our own Mae Brophy and her sister Linnea have a wonderful music offering for us this morning.
Hello, Open Heart. Please enjoy this video by me and my sister Linnea. We will be performing Ave Maria by Bach Gounod.
Thank you, May and Linnea. We truly appreciate your beautiful, beautiful music presentation. And again, grateful to May for all that she does in the way that even in this time, she continues to find ways to present us with quality music, and it just uplifts us and makes a great difference for all of us. Getting back on course. I'm sure that none of us at the beginning of 2020 envisioned our year unfolding in the way that it has. We probably never imagined that we would be in this kind of situation, dealing with these kinds of issues. I think that at the beginning of the year, I know that we had at Open Heart our New Year's Eve celebration. We had our Act As If party. We did our Burning Bowl celebration and ceremony. We had a party. We set our intentions. We did our ceremony where we used those clear stones and we wrote down an intention for the year. All of those things that we had in mind. And all of a sudden, it seemed like something happened where our dreams were derailed, our hopes hijacked, our intentions intercepted. All of these things that happened, and here we are now wondering what the future holds. People talking about things like the new normal and the debates over whether to wear masks in public and reopening. Are we reopening too soon? Are we waiting? Are we being overly cautious? Are we not being cautious enough? All of those issues that can take us away from really, truly embracing and knowing who it is that we are. And in the midst of all of these things, it's important to remember, because our thoughts create our reality, because our thoughts provide us with our experience, that it's important that in the midst of all of this to return, to get back on course with being deliberate about how we think of things, how we perceive things, how we see things. I think about a picture that I saw one time, and you know these days all of us have cell phones and we like to use them to take pictures and videos and all of those things. And I saw this picture of a parade that was passing by. And it's typical, all of the people that were standing on the sidelines had their phones up, capturing the parade, with the exception of one older woman who was perched there with her elbows on the barricade. And she was watching the parade with a sheer sense of joy on her face. And I know sometimes that we can have that phone and it gets in the way. It obstructs us from seeing and taking in the total picture. And there she was, capturing with her eyes and not a phone the total picture. And I think in this situation of circumstance, it becomes important for us to broaden our focus, to broaden our vision, to broaden our awareness and see clearly, and do so from the principles which we espouse and practice. Being an anthropologist, one of my favorite stories is about a woman who was married to an anthropologist who had gone out to what was then the West, as it was then a new territory. It was becoming settled and all of that, to study some of the indigenous populations or the First Nation peoples or Native Americans there. And she had just gotten married to her husband, and she traveled with him. And when she got there, she found herself miserable. She felt like that it rained every day. She didn't understand the language of the people where they were living. The customs seemed strange. The food was something she couldn't get used to. She was just completely miserable. And one day she decided to write a letter to her mother back home, hoping maybe her mother would give her the okay signal that she could return home. So she wrote the letter, had the letter sent off, and after a few weeks, a return letter came from her mother. She excitedly tore open the envelope, thinking that maybe her mother would understand, would be sympathetic, and would tell her, it's okay, you can come home. But her mother had a reply that just was a simple line. It said, 2 men looked out a prison window. One saw bars and the other saw stars. She was angry, confused, perplexed. What could that possibly mean? She pondered over what it meant, what her mother was saying to her, and then she realized what her mother was telling her. Expand your vision. You can get caught up in the immediate surroundings, those things there, or you can do something different. So what she did was she took the time then to go out of their dwelling, because she had made that her haven and would stay there all day while her husband was out doing his work, his field work. And slowly she started making an acquaintance with the women that were there. They started sharing with her some of their language. They started showing her how to work their crafts and do other things. And pretty soon she started falling in and developing a rapport with the people where they were living. And soon after that, she began writing down her experiences, and she had an eye for art, and she was capturing the wonderful baskets that they were weaving and the other crafts and things that they were making. And pretty soon, she discovered that she had enough information and things to put into a book, and she did so and found a publisher that was interested, and her book made her very famous and very well known. And she had taken that which turned in the beginning was a miserable experience for her, turned into something wonderful, something productive, something that was meaningful, not only for her, but for all of the people who encountered her work. We have a choice. We can be miserable. We can find ourselves, and I know it's traumatic in the beginning and all of that, staying stuck at home and not being able to do the things that we used to do. But we have a choice. We can learn how to be creative. We can learn how to turn those things that are part of our routine now into things that are life-giving and uplifting for us. At Open Heart, oftentimes I've done in the past, and I think when we get back together, I'll do this again. But one of the exercises that I've done on Sunday mornings is I provided everyone in the congregation with a can of Play-Doh. You remember Play-Doh from when you were a child, perhaps. But Play-Doh, that wonderful, colorful clay that can be shaped and molded. And the idea of the exercise is to take the Play-Doh and to create whatever it is that you wish. To take that clay in your hands and to shape it, twist it, roll it, pull it, design it to come up with whatever it is that you wish. And the thing of it is that I always point out to people as we go through that exercise is that Play-Doh doesn't care who you are. It doesn't ask your political affiliation. It doesn't ask your sexual orientation. It doesn't ask your economic status. It doesn't demand that you show ID. It doesn't ask what your income level is. It doesn't check your credit score. It doesn't ask what you did last night, last week, last month, last year. It doesn't ask how many times you come to church. It doesn't ask whether you tithe, if you've accepted Jesus as your personal Savior, if you've submitted to Allah, if you've walked the middle path of Buddhism. It just works in the way in which you shape it. It corresponds into the idea that first begins in your mind, that is transmitted to your hands. And as you begin to do that, you begin to shape and to mold the Play-Doh. And that's what happens with the creative process that is a part of who we are. This creative process allows us to be able to, in the midst of our circumstances and situations, to decide what it is that we wish to experience, to decide how it is that we wish to perceive the things that are happening, to decide how it is that we wish for life to be. And as we do that, we take those thoughts and we put those thoughts into what we call in our teaching the subjective mind or the creative medium. And there it is a place that is without judgment. It simply is that, as Wallace Wattles talks about, that substance, that unformed substance, that as we give direction through our intention, as we give direction through our affirmative prayers, as we give direction through our thoughts, as we give direction through where we put our attention, as we do those things, we shape and mold and craft those things that begin to manifest and to show up in our lives. What a wonderful way in the midst of all of this to live. What a wonderful way when people around us are still freaking out and panicking and wanting to argue and protest and all of those things. We have a sense of joy, a sense of calm, a sense of peace, a sense of purpose, a sense of determination, because we know we have indeed the key to being on course and getting on course, where whatever it was that we might have said we wanted to experience and to have in our lives in 2020, we were moving back on course. It might look a bit different, but that's okay. We know that we can change it. We know that as we change our thinking, we change our lives. But the dynamic process that is available to you and to me is here. It's now. It's not gone away. It's not quarantined. It's not somewhere hidden in any place, but it's here expressing as you and as me. Won't you take the opportunity today to get back on course? Peace and blessings, and so it is.
Good morning, Open Heart. The year was 1981, and I was years old. But this show came on, and the theme song from this show kind of gave me a base to work from for positive music. So without further ado, how about the theme from The Greatest American Hero? Look at what's happened to me. I can't believe it myself. Suddenly I'm upon top of the world. Should have been somebody else. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. Just like the light of a new day, it hit me from out of the blue, breaking me out of the spell I was in, making all of my wishes come true. Believe it or not, I'm walking on air. I never thought I could feel so free. Flying away on a wing and a prayer. Who could it be? Believe it or not, it's just me. It's just too good to be true. Look at me into the blue.
Thank you, Julie. We want to remind you of ways that you can support Open Heart, and we truly do appreciate all of the people who have been giving, either through our Open Heart app, giving online, and you can find a link to download the app onto your phone if you don't have it already at ohsc901.com, where you can also give, or you can text to give at 615-422-4292. Again, we thank you for being a part of this live stream today, for all who participated, all of those people who gave of their talents and their gifts to make this the celebration that it is. And we wish that you have a safe Memorial Day weekend.
There was a time in my life I thought I had to do it all for myself. I didn't know that the grace of God was sufficient, and I didn't know that the love of God was at hand. But now I can say, if you are discouraged, struggling to make it through another day, you got to let it go, let it all go. And this is what you have to say: I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide. Yes, I'm only here for God. No more struggles, no more strife. With my faith I see the light. I am free in the Spirit. Yes, I'm only here for God. I release and I let go. I let the Spirit run my life, and my heart is open wide.